All right, here we are. Another week around the trash fire. Your host, Mathias, along with the boy.
John.
And here we are. Not much new stories, but there is plenty to talk about.
Absolutely.
So let's start off with the news that we got today, actually. Some Grey Knight news. We got a Castellan Crowe coming back. Or Crow. And
Not not Primaris.
not Primaris. Though, I mean, I could understand why you would think that. For those that wouldn't who were expecting it, because his model is a lot bigger to Space
Yes.
Marine size. But yeah. And here's a picture of the original one and the new one. Definitely went more with the dynamic hero pose finally.
I
Instead
love
of
the detail on the demon weapon.
oh yeah. Well, the good news is that that demon weapon will actually have some stats to it because apparently, because I don't play Grey Knights and I don't know anyone who plays Grey Knights. Uh, But apparently his demon sword that he has right now is just like a basic weapon kind of deal. Nothing special about it at all or anything.
It's I actually like that. It's kind of cool and fluffy because it's a demon weapon, which is supposed to be like super powerful, but has drawbacks because it's a demon weapon, right? But the fact that he it's just a regular close combat weapon to him is kind of cool. So I wonder how they're gonna keep that while still giving it like because it says it's gonna be deadlier than ever. So I wonder what that means because his whole shtick is that the demon weapon is just a regular weapon because he's keeping the demon in check, kind of thing.
I'm sure it'll be something like, kind of like Karn's ability, right? If he rolls anyone to hit, he does damage to friendlies. That's what Karn does. I'm sure it'll do something like that.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's plenty of stuff they could do with it instead of making it a basic power sword or whatever it is now.
Right.
But
I do like that it's a regular power sword because again, it just shows that like he's not giving in to like the demonness of it, which is kind of cool. But I do wonder what kind of rules they'll give it to make it unique.
we'll have to wait and see. But because it's looking like Grey Knights will be next, though we know Grey Knight Thousand Suns are on the horizon here.
Indeed, indeed.
But I think yeah, that was it, right? Yeah. So that's all we got today, and then I'll briefly mention this. I didn't put it in our schedule, but Sunday preview. The only thing worth mentioning is that the Orc box set is gonna be up for pre-order this week. The Beast Snagas. That's pretty much it. So nothing to
Oh yeah,
really cover there.
they did a sneak preview today. I'm gonna link it on the Discord, but they announced the AoS starter boxes.
Yep.
I don't
Ah,
know if you saw.
yes. They also that. Perfect. Yes, that is true. We could briefly talk about that before we get into the big Saturday preview.
Yes.
So, as predicted, they went with the three box sets. And I'm gonna assume the mid tier is probably gonna be the best buy.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the new terrain is cool. So if you like terrain, but me already having terrain, I could just imagine myself just getting the terrain separately because I kind of don't need that box set. I got Dominion, right?
True.
But same with 40K. If you're looking to start AOS and you have like a group or a shop with terrain to play with, I recommend just getting the middle box and the small box because then you get a lot of models for a good deal. That's 20 cruel boys, 20 goblins, 10 stormcast, three of the bodyguards, and like four heroes, two per each side. That's pretty solid.
Yeah. Well, it's more bang for your buck right there as well.
Right. I want to see what's. So double check the prices of things.
Did they announce the prices?
It's probably the same as the regular. So the small one is 50, and the medium one is 100, and the big one's 165 with the terrain. So you're looking at, you know, 150 if you get the small and the medium sized ones. Which again, it's a lot of models, right? You're looking at over 50 models.
That's what you need for your orc army right there.
There we
Lots of
go.
bodies. And then, decorate your bases with the Stormcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about this.
It's just good to remind people, like, hey guys, this exists. It's kind of cool.
But now, let's move on to the big event,
Yes.
shall we? Warhammer preview, the Octarius mission briefing. It's muted, perfect. So, it is Deathcore Kree,
It is deathcore.
and
What
the
that's a shocker.
commandos we already figured out.
Yes.
I'm sure you're shocked. I
I'm very
I was more leaning into the rumor that it was going to be Deathcore Kree because why not?
right, right,
Just because Forge World hasn't stopped selling it doesn't mean that they couldn't make a small squad, right?
right. Although I do think we're gonna see more deathcore. I don't think this is the end of deathcore, or this is it. I really think we will see more deathcore Krieg, personally.
You think so? Well, I mean, I would hope we'd get more Guard Regiment because, I mean, as we discussed last time, Cadia being destroyed, it'd be nice to do a rework of the IG range.
Right,
Put in more cores and make that be
right.
more like a what would be the word I'm looking for? Like a Space Marine kind of chapter thing, you know?
Oh, the regiment.
Yeah, it's I know I know the IG books have their own uh, you know, regiment strategies, but no one has those models really. They're just like, yeah, these guys are Vestrolians. Yeah, these guys are Deathcore Crave, and they're just like regular Cadian guardsmen.
Right.
So it'd be nice to finally be able to put the right models on the table. So hopefully, stuff will be coming out. I just don't think the only problem with that is they'll probably be flooding their shelves with a bunch of same model stuff. So I don't know how they would fix that other than making it multi-kit kind of deal.
I mean, it is a multi-kit. This deathcore thing.
Right. But I mean, shoving all the regiments into a standard box kind of deal.
Got it. I see what you mean. Unless they just do multi-kits for all of them, which is very possible. I think the fact that they made deathcore means that I think they're willing to commit to making new regiments in plastic. I mean, this is the first non-Kanachan, non-Cadian generic box set in like several decades.
Yeah, it's just nice to see. I like it. I'm glad we're getting it.
Yeah, it's not something I'm too hyped for because again, deathcore to me, I mean, I jokingly said they're overrated, but they're not oomph to me, especially when we talk about the orcs later, which is not had the opposite effect. But I mean, I'm glad they're doing something like this. I picked up some first and only the Tanith first and only, like I mentioned before, and it would be cool to see like a generic Tanith squad. That would be cool, and I think Deathcore coming out like this is a gateway to just the other regiments getting models.
Well, I'm sure they're just testing the waters, though. Let's be real here. Popularity wise, I'm sure Deathcore Kree is very popular amongst normal 40k fans.
I think it's up there. I think they're up there with Gadians, honestly. It's a cool aesthetic, it's a very grounded in the real world. They literally look like World War I French guys. Um, but not German, despite it's called Krieg. Apparently, like all I keep seeing threads of like these World War I historians of like, nah, dude, it's Deathcore are not German, they're French, despite being called Krieg, which is the German word. So, side note, history tangent there. actually, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I mean, it's fine.
it's cool. Like just to prove your point, like it's cool. People like the grounded aesthetic that deathcore have.
Yes, and it was kind of question. I kind of questioned what they were doing with their trailer because before the Saturday preview, we had the Friday trailer come out, which they
Yeah,
showed at the beginning of the stream. Obviously, I don't know why they did that. I thought they would build up the hype a little bit more, but they gave us that day preview. I wonder if they thought people wouldn't care enough about the Kill Team news that they had to spoil it to get people to come and see what it is.
good question, man. Good question.
All right. Well, uh, so we got this new two-player starter box.
Let's talk about the commandos first. These guys are awesome.
Oh wow! I wanted it. I'm still at the very top here, looking at the board
Okay,
here.
got it.
Looks like we're getting more orc terrain out of this.
Yes, we are.
So
It's cool.
something other than Imperial Ruins and AdMech factory stuff. So it's a good, nice change. Um, Reading this paragraph up top, it looks like we're getting our wish. Whether or not it's going to be good or not, it's going to be up to debate when it comes out. But they say they are redoing the entire core book from the
They
ground
are.
up.
And yeah, it's a completely new edition of Kill Team, and I hope it's gonna be like I've said before on stream. Like I hope it's gonna be more like Warcry or take design cues, at the very least make it very different from just 40k. Make it its own thing.
We can only hope.
And like I think I sent you the stat block, Matt, but they flipped through the book for a bit on the stream, and some stats were shown, and they look very different. I think a guardsman had like 7 health, 7 wounds.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right
Uh,
now. 7 wounds.
so I think that's kind of cool. There's more granularity there, especially in a game that just has like 10 to 20 models max. Hopefully, it's less. Actually, something I didn't like about old Kill Team was that in the stream they were like, oh, like someone asked like, hey, like is the size of the kill teams in this box the same? Are we looking at the typical kill team size that we have now? Like, is it this going to be the same essentially? And of course, it said yes, it's going to be the same. Well, I don't think it's accurate because right now, if you make an orc or guard kill team, you're looking at 15 to 20 models because they're so cheap in points. So I do hope that they change that and make it more like less model heavy than 15 20 models. I don't mind Space Marine kill teams being like 3 to 5 models if it means like guard and orcs get to not be 20 models.
Well, I think because going by that screenshot that you sent me, so guardsman having 7 wounds, it kind of looks like they're going the Warcry route, where they're gonna
Yeah,
just buff people, which you know what I find pretty good. I'm glad that models are getting multiple wounds, so they're not taken out immediately as soon as the game starts, or at
right.
least it'll take a little bit more to kill them.
And for listeners who say like, oh, does it mean like I need 10 last cannon shots to kill guardsmen? No, they could just make last cannons do like 10 damage or something, right? You could still
Right.
one an orc or a guardsman. So
But yeah, so the models aren't going to be taken off so easily.
yeah.
Uh, I don't know about your saying about it being the same because I didn't watch too much of the stream, unfortunately. But
Mhm.
I'm hoping it's gonna be good
I
because I
think it's
want
gonna be.
kill teams to be good. It's a nice
I
fast game.
I agree. And I think making it its own thing is already a step in the right direction. Just again, making it not just a 40k expansion, which the current kill team feels like right now.
Yeah, but hopefully they do good because I until we figure out what it is. I think they said this is gonna be released in August. Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes, you are correct. It's gonna be an August release date.
So we'll be getting a new kill team next month. So let's hope that it's good. And
It
then
can be worse than the regular one.
yeah.
I have faith in that at least.
Well, I mean, going by the fact that I'm getting Warcry vibes out of it, I think is a good sign.
Yep, agreed.
Now, whether what happens after, I don't know. We still gotta see the gameplay and everything.
Right, right.
But yeah, so coming up, we got the Deathcore Krieg models, pretty much accurate to what we saw in the cinematic. If you saw that, I
And these are
know.
multi-kit for just to verify that these are multi-kit. They're not monopose models.
Are they?
Yeah, no, they're like they're not they're not like classic kits where like you could the arms could go in, you know, 360 direction. I don't know how to describe it, but like that guy
They're
holding the
still a fixed
contact guy
position, but they're they don't have to have the same guns kind of deal.
exactly, exactly. Like let's see if I can find some similar models here. Actually, I don't know. I think it's 10 unique poses, but you could swap the weapons out and stuff. Um, but the detail is great. I really like. They actually pointed on stream the is that the guy with the bionic arm. So
Uh
if you
huh.
look at his elbow, like the cloth is actually wrapping around the bionic joint there, which like that wheel joint. I think it's a cool detail. Stuff like that just shows that like the model technology is off the charts for GW, and it's really showing in these Krieg models. Um, the more I look at these, the more like, yeah, Krieg is damn cool. Maybe it's because it's plastic, like
You
there's a
mean
lot
plastic and affordable? Yeah, it does help.
plastic and affordable, absolutely.
Yeah,
So,
I'm looking
super
forward
cool.
to it. It looks nice. And then,
Also for you, people demanding for the equal opportunity employers, like these no indication that these are male or female guardsmen because the Kriegers don't care, right? Just die for the emperor. That's all that matters.
born in a tube and then immediately sent out to
Yep,
die.
absolutely.
But now we got the opposing force, which are these orc commandos.
These are so cool.
And yeah, these look great.
These are so cool. The tug of war between Horus Heresy and orcs is raging towards in my soul at this very moment, and I think I'm gonna have to compromise and do both.
This one orc with the bomb squig, getting some boss, what's his name,
Snickerot.
boss Snickrot feelings out of him. Kind
I
of looks
think
the same.
I think that's my favorite model in this kit, the Boss Snickerot wannabe.
Yeah, now we got some good stuff.
Got the beat
Orcs wearing a beanie.
and Modern Warfare vibes.
It's like
Yeah, this is cool.
they just took whatever they wanted and like, yep, you just slap it on, it's fine.
There you go.
But yeah,
These
these
are
are nice.
absolutely love them. I think these guys make me want to get. I'm probably gonna get the box, um, just because it comes with the rule book, and there's some cool orcs here, and we can always use some terrain, right?
Yeah, I think I'm in the same with you. I think I'm gonna pick up one of these boxes because I have orcs, and who doesn't want some plastic Deathcore Kree? Plus,
Right.
the thing about Kill Team, which is like I can say the same thing about Warcry. It's always an excuse to just buy models, right?
Agreed.
You wouldn't buy a whole Deathcore Kree army, but you like the models, so here's a small batch that you can get, and you can use them to play in Kill Team.
Yep. Exactly.
And that's exactly what I'll be doing. I mean, it was the same thing like I did with the last Kill Team box set, the one with the Inquisitor and the Pox people.
Oh, Rogue Trader.
Yeah, that one. So I mean, I went 50-50 on that one with someone, but I still have my Rogue Traders.
There you go.
Not gonna use them in anything, but still very cool models to have.
And they're probably gonna get new kill team rules.
Yeah, well, it's I thought the inclusion of HQs really killed the game, but we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, because that's right. The role creator is an HQ. Right, you're right.
Yeah.
Confirmed. They mentioned on Steam, commanders and elites will not be available at the start.
Well,
Or
that's
at least
usually how the game starts off healthy.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, like Warcry has commanders, and it doesn't seem broken. Maybe it's just well done in Warcry, because you can have HQs in Warcry, but again, it doesn't break the game. Because
Well, you tell me because I haven't played with HQs in Warcry. Did they just take the heroes and just threw them into Warcry?
yeah, and honestly, because of how Warcry works, where like activation count is important, like your Chaos Lord, right, could be 3 to 4 Marauders in points. So you're really like sacrificing a lot. And again, Warcry is a game where your character will activate 3 to 4 times in the whole game. Um, and what it can do with those activations is very limited. So and I have played with heroes, and they don't seem that overpowered. I mean, there's even some like Warcry characters that are just better than heroes. Like I think the Science of the Flame, like like squad warband leader, the samurai guy with the double sword, he's stronger than like half the leaders in the game.
Hmm.
Um, so I think it's just generally well balanced.
Well, I mean, AOS always had a nicer system, right? In terms of
Yeah,
balancing. I mean,
I
depending
think
on who you ask, but
right.
40K doesn't have that luxury, unfortunately.
Right. I mean, I think Warcry Cavalry are still OP because mobility in a skirmish game is kind of OP. But in terms of heroes, I don't think I don't think heroes break the Warcry game or the balance in my experience.
But yeah, well, it's good to know that there's not coming, so that I can enjoy this game a little bit before it gets convoluted. Hopefully, because I know we talked about this before. Hopefully, the missions will be more diverse. Because if I recall, there's only like 3 or 4 missions in the last Kill Team book.
Yeah, I agree. That would be good because in a skirmish game, I think you have more because you have less models. You have more opportunities for more complex missions, and that would be really cool. Like Necromunda missions are fantastic. Like there's a lot of variety. And there's like 20 missions in the core book, plus the expansion missions. So I hope they do that with Kill Team as well, and just go wacky. Like there's a one of my favorite Necromunda scenarios is one where um there's an attacker defender, and the defender is trying. So essentially, it's like you're playing like a team that sneaks into the enemy base, and it's assumed you finished your objectives. You're trying to get out, right? And so the enemy just, if you're the attacker, you just start flooding the defender. The
Mm.
defender trying to escape. So the attacker starts with like, the attacker can the defender only has like, let's say 5 out of 10 models in your warband, right, on the table. Well, and that's all you get. Well, the attacker gets all their models, but they come in waves. It's incredibly unbalanced and not very competitive, but it's super narrative and super fun. I hope they have more stuff like that, where it's just thematic and unique and kind of cool.
Yeah, well, I hope because this is a game where I got one of my friends, pushed them into the game a little bit because of the Kill Teams and how easy it is to pick up.
Hmm.
So I hope the new rules are solid enough.
Yeah, overall, Kill Team has a lot of potential, and I think if they do it right, it could be one of the best skirmish games out on the market. Just because it uses 40K, it uses 40K models.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see. But
We will see.
we got more news out of this. So here we are. The terrain more close up now.
Yeah, it's cool to see, like you said, non-imperial terrain. And a lot of it. I hope they do more with this. Because most faction terrain you only get one. Like you get one webway portal, one like chaos portal. Um, so it'd be cool to see that they see more than just this set of orc terrain. Because that would be cool. Orc terrain has a lot of potential. If anything, it just adds sort of table variety.
Yeah, just more variety. Yeah, like you said, just more variety would be nice
Yeah.
because I know GW really loves that gothic terrain, but
Right.
oh man, a nice change of scenery would be nice.
Yep. Absolutely.
So we got that. So when we get into kill box, so we get 10 Deathcore Creed and 10 Orcs, 1 Grot, and 1 Squig Bomb, I believe. In
And
terms
just
of
to
mods.
verify, the Death Core will get 40k rules.
Nice.
Yep,
Well, I mean,
that's
they have
happening.
40k rules. You know, they just no one wants to shell out money to Forge World to
Oh, you're
buy
right.
them.
Yeah, yeah. But there may be new equipment. I don't know. Who knows? I know the Orc commanders are definitely getting new equipment. Um, that but the Codex is coming out with this, or is probably going to be out by the time this box is out. So I can imagine the new options are going to be in the Codex.
I don't even know when the IG Codex will be out. I haven't heard any wind of that book at
Yeah,
all.
but Orcs will be out by then. So
Orcs will be out. Orcs are out 2 weeks.
in 2 weeks. Yep.
But we got that, and you get your standard stuff. You get the book. You get the main book. You get Octarius missions, dice, cards, tactical cards. Those weren't a thing in the first one, right?
They were. They're just your stratagems
Ah,
in
okay, okay.
form. Um, I do wonder what tactical ops means because if it was stratagems, I think they're just called stratagems. So I am curious. I hope it's nothing convoluted.
Well, if they're redoing the system, why not change it?
Right, right. Hopefully for the better.
Yep, and then we get the terrain. So, standard stuff, same stuff you got from the previous ones. All in all, good stuff. So, let's take a price, shall we? What are you saying?
200,
$200?
200.
Yeah, that's what my mind went to immediately. $200.
Because the Krieg team is 40, the Orc team is 50. That's 90. Terrain's gonna be 60. Rulebook's gonna be 40. Actually, maybe like 180 or something. I guess 200. If yeah, yeah.
Well, it's gonna be somewhere between 160 and 18 or 200.
I would expect. I would just prep for two. If you really want this box, just prepare for it to be 200, because that way you won't be disappointed if if it goes down. There's no way it's going to be over 300, 200. Like, there's no way this is more expensive than Indominus or Dominion. There's no way. So just expect it to be the same price, which is 200.
You know
And
what? I agree with that. Yeah, I'm gonna change my price. I'm gonna assume it's 160.
right, because it doesn't seem like too much, right? If you think about it.
I'm just so used to the big boxes being so expensive. And you know what? I mean, the only way that this is gonna push it over is the terrain, most likely.
Yeah, because those Kriegers, there's no way they're gonna be like $60 on their own, because
How
that's
much was the Warcry one?
oh, that was 200, I think.
Okay, then I think I'd have to go back to 200.
I think that was 200.
If that was 200, this is gonna be
No,
200.
good question. Warcry Catacombs. They still sell. They do still sell. Okay, we can look. Catacombs is. Oh my gosh, it's 210. Never mind. Could be wrong. It could be 210. Never mind, guys. This could be $210
Yeah, and that one didn't come with
with.
not I guess it did come with big terrain, but I think this one comes with a little
It
bit
is a lot
more.
of terrain though. This is a crap ton of terrain, to be fair.
Yeah, so I'm gonna price it at the same price as the Catacomb. So
Yeah.
210, you said?
Yeah, 210. Take back what I said about it not being over 200. Like, the fact that Catacombs is 210, this is probably going to be 210.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then great. You gotta just, mental
Well, if
discount.
not, let's hope that it's cheaper than 210.
Yeah, okay. I don't think it's gonna go over. I mean, I just said this that I don't think it's gonna go over, but I really don't think it's gonna be more expensive than Catacombs.
Yeah. Well, let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope.
So, as predicted, uh, we did get something else here.
Tyranid models, just kidding.
We got I know. I was shocked that they didn't
I
do what
would,
I thought they were gonna do, but
yeah, not even like a lictor or something.
we are getting another uh DLC book. The Octarius books now. I think we're done with Caradon. But look,
Yeah,
there's your Tyranids. There they are.
there's your Tyranids.
They're right there on the book. Front cover.
Front cover.
Hooray. But yeah, I was shocked that they didn't release a Tyranid thing. They didn't show any other kill team boxes either, so
Yes.
I guess they're just gonna wait until the main box is out, kind of deal.
Yes.
But yeah, so we get another DLC. It's gonna be, I think, Tyranids, Orcs, uh, Deathcore, obviously,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I thought there was one more army. I can't
No, just
remember.
that. Just orcs, Tyranids, and guardsmen.
All right then. Well, we're getting that. So another DLC on the way. I'm sure people are not happy about that. I wouldn't be,
Yeah.
especially since you know Tyranid players aren't going to be happy, and IG players won't be happy since their books still haven't been updated yet.
Yep.
But yeah, there's that. So on the way, and of course we got more stuff coming. The rest of the orc models, I assume.
Yeah. Yes. Oh boy.
So
Oh.
let's just start with the first model here. We got
This one sucks. I don't like it.
the kill rig. Yeah, this looks terrible.
I know some people who like it, which is fair. I don't think they should not exist. Says the guy who thinks orcs shouldn't exist in general, like a year ago. But I'm a changed man now. Um, yeah, I don't think. I'm not saying this shouldn't happen, but I'm definitely not pick. I'm for sure not picking this up. I'm just not a fan of chariot models in general. I was actually having a conversation with Will like a while ago about chariots and AoS, and I just don't like chariot models, which sucks because I have Cetra and he's on a chariot, but I just don't like chariot, and it's just a giant orc chariot. I mean, the squig's cool, the weird boy is cool, but
That's a Whir boy. Thank you very
or
much.
excuse me, word boy, magical green skin. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, this is kind of whatever. It definitely has a lot less DACA than I would expect from an orc vehicle. Though the magic coming out of that skull eyes is pretty nice,
Kind of cool.
or blue fire,
Uh,
whatever it is.
I wish you just made it like a squigoth and had the giant squig and like orcs on top.
Is a baby
That would,
squigoth.
that would, yeah, it's baby squigoth. So
But yeah, we
I don't
got
know.
that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of chariots.
Well,
I mean, it's
don't
great.
worry because we got another one.
Yeah, multi kit. I mean, I
Multi
feel like
kit.
chariots, and this is great, but that's all it's chariots.
This one looks like it's got like a missile launcher, big DACA, a cannon, and
It,
I don't know what else that is.
it does suck though, because if you want a word boy, you had to get this kit, right? Or you could buy it and sell the rest of the kit to any chariot lovers out there and keep the word boy. But
Well, that's like with the what's that? What's that? Daughters of Cain model? The
oh,
Blood Rack
yeah.
Medusa.
Oh my gosh, there's like three models in that kit that you can only get in that kit: the Bloodwrack Medusa, the Avatar, and the Hag Queen.
I know it's stupid, but yeah. So there we go. We got two vehicles. Well, John calls them chariots, but they're vehicles. As it
Very
says
cute.
right there, transforming their vehicle into a hunting rig.
Chariot keyword calling it now.
All right. So we got that. Pretty unimpressive models. I'm not gonna lie, I thought a lot of this stuff was pretty unimpressive, but we'll get
That's
to
because
it.
you're actually no, you're right. You're right. You're right. The things I like, I really like. But the things I don't care about, I really don't care about.
So next up, we got another war boss, the Beast Snagger's war boss, the Beast Boss, as he's called. It's cool.
This
Not
guy's awesome.
not impressive to me, but he's cool.
I really like him. I like the snake power fist. It's a very like snake bite kind of thing. I like how like his right ear is missing because he's probably fought too many squigs. The targeting squig is kind of cute. I don't really care about that, but yeah, I love the power claw design. It's super cool.
They seem to be trying to implement these like cute things and cute things really recently. You know, you got the crab,
That's
you got
true.
that pot goblin from the Orcus, the kill boss grot. Uh, now this targeting squig. Now they seem to be implementing these cute things in a lot more.
It works. I bought crab notes because he was adorable. So
As did I.
there you go.
I'm just I'm just noticing something. But yeah, this is it's an okay thing. It's an okay model.
I think I'll pick it up. Just because I'm gonna pick up the Beast Nagas box. So it'd be cool to have like a war boss lead a Beast Nagas. So probably gonna pick this up.
All right then. Well, what else we got? We got this Orc Tower. So the Orc building that they're gonna be getting. This I'm pretty disappointed in. Look at this. We only got 4 big shooters on this thing. This is supposed to be Orky. So it should be like uh twin linked big shooters for the maximum amount of DACA.
I do like that it's a Gargant head. So at least we have an official Gargant head. But yeah, it's very unimpressive to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I obviously we'll have to wait for the rules, but currently right now I don't see why anyone would take this.
I mean, we've yet to see faction terrain that doesn't suck, so I don't think this will change the mold.
The only good terrain that was ever good was back in like 6th and 7th edition.
Oh,
The
the void shield generator.
No, the Aegis defense line.
Yes, that was solid.
I
And
had that.
the void shield generator was fantastic. Put a Bane blade on there and it's an invul save. Pretty funny.
Maybe I wasn't too big into the competitive scene then, like I am now, but at our local store, everyone had an Aegis defense line because
It
why not?
it works. I think it speaks to something with terrain design. Like people took the Aegis defense line because it worked. It was cheap, gave you cover, done.
Gave cover. The gun, depending on who mounted it, got all the special rules of the guy who was shooting it. I mean, it
Yeah,
was ridiculous.
it was good anti-air. In an addition where aircraft were kind of hard to fight against. So yeah, it just worked. I think a lot of the faction terrain tries to do something too crazy and then ends up just being too crazy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, the only one I thought would be good
I mean,
faction terrain would be the Death Guard one, but I'm not seeing too much play with that. So
right. Um, I can see someone picking this up to add to the. Actually, no. If you like the orc terrain, this good orc terrain. This could match to the.
yeah, that's pretty much all I see it for. I don't see anyone
Yeah.
actually like using it as intended.
But yeah, no. To think about it now, like that, this would be a cool match if you get we get the kill team box to pick this up and have more terrain. Actually, it's kind of cool use of it. There you go.
Yeah, I'm just
Then
saying that there's just not enough DACA on it
right.
to be orky enough, but it's fine. It's a nice terrain piece. Doubt it'll get any proper use. I'm sure it'll be on the table, just
As terrain.
not as what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But moving on, we got artwork of this guy before, but now we finally got the model. We got the Great White Squig,
Yeah. Mozgrod.
Mozgrod Scarbad, and Tal players. This is what happened to your giant chickens. They got shrunk down for orc squigs, pretty much.
Yeah. Make room for the Gundams with beam sabers. Calling it now. This is cool. I like it. Might pick this up for Beast Nagas.
I just question the design of it. Like why does it have exhaust pipes coming out of its
It's an orc model.
gills?
Because it's an orc model.
It just doesn't make sense.
It's an orc model.
I get. I mean that's obviously the most logical answer. It's just like, what power is it? Like, what is the armored leg? Is that it? Too many questions. Anyways, yes, we now finally got this guy. Here he is. It looks okay. Any more pictures? Yeah, okay. I like the tattoo on his arm, though. I'm pretty sure that's like freehand, right?
Yeah, that's probably free.
Uh,
Actually, I don't know if I'll pick him up because storage is a big part of this army. I just want to be able to fit it in a small case. So if he's too big, maybe I'll pass on him.
yeah. Maybe because it's like the first time I'm looking closely at the orc here, but he looks a bit stocky.
Oh yeah, he's a beefy guy.
Pretty sure he couldn't even scratch his own back. But yeah.
I like the bionic arm because I think his lore is he's trying to tame this squig, it takes a bite out of him, but he's like, oh, whatever, I'm an orc.
And it's
I
very
mean,
orky.
had his head chopped off like twice, so
Yep. And we got that. And moving on, we got the variant of it. Uh, Beast Boss on the Squigosaur.
yeah, it's a regular boss.
Bigger boss. He's got a revolver. It's a serrated blade. So,
Yeah, that's cool. You feel like you know, you play
I'm sure once we figure out the rules, I'm sure this will be a good model. But again, we don't
yeah,
know him too much. It's a shame they're not bringing back the war boss on a bike, but
yet.
whatever. It's fine. We didn't need it. Moving on, we got knobs. So here we are. They did replace the knobs because I do
Oh,
remember us asking if they were going to do that.
no, these are just new boys. They're actually not knobs.
These are not knobs. Oh,
This is the sergeant for the boys kit.
all right. Well, that first model's a knob. Everything else is regular boys. Well, except for that guy.
You could make a squad of 5 knobs just by buying, 5 of these kits, but
Oh, they changed the big gun. Cool. Yeah. Okay. So these are just normal boy, except for like the two models that are singles. Those are knobs.
I'm loving it. Having owned 0 orc models, definitely gonna. I mean, orc boys are classic, right? They're what makes orcs. So for sure gonna pick these up, a squad at least.
I don't know if I'll pick it up. I'll have to look at my orc collection and see what I need.
Yeah, you already have a billion of them. You actually even mentioned that on the stream. It's like, yeah, like some of us already have a billion orcs, so
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm at 100 orcs because I used to run the Green Tide back in 7th edition.
there you go.
So a lot of Assault on Blackreach orcs. Lucky me. But who knows? Maybe I'll need to pick up more boys. Maybe they got cheaper or whatever. You never know with orcs because you just always get more.
That's true.
Yeah, we got that. Here we go. Finally, I've been asking for this for a while, ever since Assault on Blackreach, pretty much.
Did you watch the video?
I did not.
So actually, in the video, they meant like there's like a knob talking, right? He's talking about the new models. It's like, oh, by the way, the mech suddenly remembered how to build these again after Blackreach. Like they straight up name drop Blackreach in the video. That was so funny. I love the self awareness.
Yeah, I don't know why it took them so long to make these. Honestly, they could have just taken the Assault on Blackreach and then just give them a couple more options. Because I know they could take like a buzzsaw, big
Right.
shooters, or a missile launcher. Like it's not, it's not a very complicated kit, in my
I mean,
opinion.
I don't like Death Copters. But I'm glad they exist. Like you said, orc players have been asking for these for a long time. So thankfully, they're finally getting it.
Yeah, I mean it's about time. Uh, these are one of the models as well that I wasn't too impressed with, but again, I'm just happy that they finally exist. These are kind of whatever models, but and surprisingly, they are not on a flight stand or what a hover stand.
Thank goodness. I hate overstands.
Yeah, but the Assault on Blackreach ones are, so that's why.
Right.
But yeah, here we go. We got these guys finally, and then is that it? Oh, so that's it for all the orc stuff. Finally,
Yeah.
I didn't watch the thing, so I don't know if they said there was gonna be more on the way, but highly doubted if Beast Snagas are next week.
I think this is it. Yeah, nothing mentioned about new stuff. I think this is the whole orc release. I mean they got the Necron treatment. I'm happy. I have a Gazgul, so um,
Yeah.
yeah, this is cool. I'm hyped. I'm definitely gonna do no more than 2,000 points of orcs in a small case. Uh,
Well,
uh,
no more hunchback orcs.
no more hunchback orcs.
Well, except for us that already have them, but
Right.
you'll still see them there. But for future generations, no more Hunchback orcs. But we also got something else teased in this Kill Team event. Uh, Pretty sure it shocked a lot of people here. Oops.
Yes.
We got teased with some Black Templar stuff. Which,
The Raven Guard did we talk about?
no. It's totally Black Templars, my
Yeah.
boys.
Black Templars. Hoping it's Primaris Black Templars and not because the Castellan Crowe thing had me doubt that, but I think it's gonna be Primaris. I think they're moving away from Firstborn for regular Marines. I think
Oh,
we're gonna see like at the
let's.
very least like Primaris, Helbrecht, or Grimaldus or something, and then I mean Primaris Sword Brethren would be amazing, but I don't know. Initiates would be kind of cool. I'm sorry, neophytes. And initiates. Yeah, I just having like a Crusader squad would be dope. So
Hopefully they do them justice and not just a book full of rules. Hopefully they get something out of this.
I think
Uh,
they're getting meals. They usually don't tease something like this. Like they didn't tease Tyranids because Tyranids aren't getting meals. So I think we're gonna see a Premier Emperor's champion.
yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a Primaris Helbrecht because that guy's old, and he doesn't have besides pure hatred. He doesn't have anything that could save him from probably the risky operation like the Blood
The
Angel
other guy,
guy.
Grimaldus would be cool though.
Yeah, who's the Blood Angel guy? The vampire.
Piston?
Yeah, Mephiston. So I doubt he's gonna get primarified unless they're just like his hatred's so strong that he lived through the procedure. But other than that, I highly doubt it. But that's on the way too. When this will happen? Probably after Thousand Suns,
Yes.
if I had to guess.
Yes.
Unless this is such a small release, they'll probably just release it. They'll be like, oh yeah, and here's the Black Templar supplement because we don't have anything to sell you this week, kind of deal.
I think it'll be a big deal. I mean, Black Templars, were on the third edition starter set. They were on the cover of the third edition rulebook. So I think it'll be a deal. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal, but I think it's gonna be a deal.
Yes. Well, I mean, this could just be my bias speaking, but I'm pretty sure Black Templars are up there in terms of uh, well known and favorite chapters
Yes.
in the
Yeah.
community.
Again, they had a codex before. That says something, right?
Yep, back in third edition.
Back in third edition.
But yeah, that was it. That is everything we got. So, how would you rate this Saturday preview?
Oh, it's a 9 out of 10 for me.
I agree.
I liked everything here. Again, I mean memes about the chariot aside, like it's a cool model, good for the orc community. I love the new boys. I love the Power Fist War Boss. The Kill Team box is home run for sure.
Yeah.
Black Templars tease was pretty hype.
Yep. This is the only reason this isn't a 10 out of 10 for me. It's because that DLC book that came out. Other than that, everything was great.
Yeah, that's true.
So hype. August Kill Team. We'll see what happens.
I
But
know we still haven't gotten the Legion the 30K preview for the month, so maybe next week John will be like, F orcs, 30K time. No.
yeah, we'll have to wait and
Yeah.
see.
No, I think I'll commit to the orcs. I think our gaming group needs a 40K army that isn't Space Marines. So I mean, I had
Blasphemous.
Necrons, but I wasn't really a fan of Necrons after hobbying with them a little while. And I think orcs are just cool. They're unique. And I really liked how when I was painting my Soul Blight, that the models weren't just the same armor over and over again. The units were painted differently, and I think I could the orcs have that vibe. I mean, yeah, they have green skins, but I could have more fun with the paint scheme and not just paint. When playing Blood Angels, just paint red over and over, right? So
Right.
it'll be cool.
Well, that's that. That's all the news. I think we could jump into straight into hobby rant section.
Yeah.
So, what happened with you?
No gaming. My gaming group was pretty busy, so I just did some hopping. I finished. I fully painted 1,000 points of Soul Blight, so there's that. So now I'm shifting towards some Blood Angels for Horus Heresy. Gonna get some. I think I'm gonna work with on like a squad at a time or something, and then paint something else, and then. So I'm hoping to finish this by the time the Beast Naga box comes out, or even then, maybe I'll continue painting more Soul Blight for Age of Sigmar because I still have a Zombie Dragon and some Blood Knights that aren't painted yet. Um,
Oh,
but
nice.
other than that, yeah, just some hobbying going on. How about you?
Um, no hobby, no gaming this week.
Mm,
Just schedules were conflicting, so unfortunately, I did start it up, painting up my Night Haunt again.
nice.
I got like 10 models in, and I was like, man, I need to go do something else. They're easy to paint, but my attention span for it is very low because it's just all right. Put the Night Haunt wash on them, dry brush Oathworn Gray, dry brush White Scar, and then touch up metal and the ground, and then move on to the next one. It's like, ah,
And that's it.
that's it. That's it. That's all it is. Cause I'm just painting like the little Night Haunt ghosts, the chain rasps, the basic unit. So
Right.
I haven't made a list though, so I probably should do that before I commit to painting any more stuff. But yeah, I've been just doing that. Wave 3 of my Kickstarter finally came in after like 2 years
Nice.
for Forbidden Fortress, which is a spin-off of Shadows of Brimstone, but set in like Asia. So I finally got that. I've got my giant Oni, some giant skeleton, and some samurai warriors to paint up.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to getting all that stuff together. But yeah, that was pretty much all I got to do, unfortunately. So I just painted up some Night Haunt, and then looked at my Kickstarter.
Nice.
This week, I'll be getting some games in. I know for sure, at least some 40K. AoS is up in the air due to my work schedule, unfortunately.
Right. I think for me, I'm just gonna be working on these Blood Angels, and I guess get some hobbying done.
Yeah, nice. I'm looking forward getting everything up and ready. But yeah, that's all we got for this episode. So, you got any more final thoughts before we close out?
No, orcs are hype. I think I'll commit to doing them, and I can't wait for them to come out. I'm gonna pre-ordering that Beast Naga box. So, yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool.
All right then. Well, until next time. Goodbye.
There, everyone.